Well, right now in the studio, a man, all I got to do is say Waffle House, and basically he owned Waffle House at this point. James Shaw Jr. is in the building. What's going on, sir? How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Good morning, everybody.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for coming,
Appreciate
man. We
it.
appreciate you, man. You know, getting up early in the morning.
No problem, no problem. I'm up at 6:30 anyway.
He's up
today,
at 6:30 anyway. See, there you go, man. It's just been a whirlwind for you, man. This almost last 12 months, right?
About 9 months and a couple days since the whole thing happened. But yeah, it's definitely been a whirlwind. Definitely been a life-changing and event that's happened, and just trying to keep those victims in mind, keep those families in mind. They definitely haven't exactly, I don't know what the right word is, recovered from the situation.
Right.
But they're making the best out of the situation, and they're trying to get justice for their sons and their daughters, and they're just trying to move on the best way they know how.
Well, speaking of victims,
we've kind of bumped into each other a little bit out in these streets, man, and we're always kind of moving fast. You're taking some pictures. I might be taking some pictures, and I never, man, got a chance to just stop down and say, man, thank you for saving our coworker, man.
yes.
Sharita Henderson. She was in there with you when that happened, and she lost one of her best friends. And if it wasn't for
Ebony.
what you did, man, I mean, we wouldn't have Sharita now.
Right.
You know, and she's recovering and going through everything that she's going through with that whole incident, man. And I never personally thanked you, and I wanted to do that today, man. Thank you for taking action that day.
It wasn't me. Well, it was me, but it was just as
Out
much
of body
as me,
experience.
It was just as much as me. It was God in it too. So
Man, what?
I'm grateful that she's doing well. I know she's had multiple surgeries and
Right.
going through therapy. So grateful that she's doing well, and her and her family are doing good.
I guess I want to know, man, how are you doing? I mean, do you feel like you've processed all of this? I mean, it's a lot.
It takes a lot to process. The first week I was really inundated with all kinds of things. People
Right.
want me to go here and there.
Right.
But also, you just had to take time and really know what happened and know what you did. And when you save those lives, you have to actually process it. I was really modest about it, and I'm still modest about it. I'm just
Right.
a laid back, humble guy. It's nothing really like that. It's
Right.
not like you're
You can't prepare for it.
Right. It's not like you're shooting a basketball. It's not like you're catching a football. This is something totally different that you're quote unquote famous for. And it took a while to process. It took a long time to process, actually, because I tried to just kind of.
It's got to be a PTSD,
Do you feel
kind
like
of moment.
that?
Do you feel like
Do you
that?
feel like you have
I mean,
that?
I've been diagnosed with PTSD. It's
Absolutely.
It's definitely not something that I'm proud about, but I've been diagnosed with it. I go see my counselor. I've started to go back to see my counselor now.
Please do.
Once a week. And if you're having any problems, there's a lot of people out there that I spoke with. They don't know that they have a mental situation, because a lot of people don't know what anxiety is, and they have symptoms of anxiety, and that's a real actual symptom and problem that we have. So I would definitely urge people to seek out professional help and just talk to somebody, or just write it down and try to get that emotion and that pain out.
All right, guys. James Shaw Jr. In the studio right now. And I asked that because it's like, again, as soon as this happened, you've been on TV or at some award show or at some banquet, and, ever since April 22nd, nonstop, just going. And I say, has he processed this? Has he sat down with this and hopefully, got some counseling and what have you? And I don't know if enough of that's being asked, so that's why I'm asking. Like, it's been a whirlwind, man, and with the TV and the Grammys and the this and the that, does it settle down at some point? That's and I'm glad you said that you were going back to counseling, because the way that you were at the board meeting, it just wasn't the James Shaw that I've seen 100 times. I've seen it just didn't. You're always eloquent and prepared, and you're set with your best representation of James Shaw at all times. And I was like, well, this doesn't seem like James Shaw Jr. there.
At the board meeting, that's where I rounded back to the Saturday before. The Thursday. So I had, and I don't make excuses for myself, but I had car issues. My truck actually stopped working on that Thursday
Mm-hmm.
at about 5:30. So I had to get it towed to the shop at about 6 o'clock. I had to rush and do all of this and get to my car, and then I drove to the Birch Building, which is 100 James Robinson Parkway.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't show up on time. I should have did my research. Like I said, I don't make excuses about it. But that was going through my head on Saturday. Why were you late?
Right.
I was also at the Women's March. That's why I wasn't wearing a suit. But then again, I feel like I've been in the suit a million times.
So you feel like it should have been excused? Is that
No,
what
I
you're?
don't feel like it should have been excused. I wanted to wear what I wanted to wear.
Ah,
Okay.
okay. There you go.
And that's
Regardless
what
of the setting.
and I wanted to wear what I wanted to wear.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
I put that on. And it didn't seem like it was a problem to me.
Right.
Actually, nobody in the room said anything. That doesn't mean I guess they didn't feel some
Certain type of way.
Right.
Right.
But I put on what I wanted to put on. I didn't think anything of it.
All right.
And I didn't mean to disrespect anybody if that did happen. But I just had a lot going on in my head, and I was frustrated with myself and really wasn't thinking about too much about the interview. Kind of got a little flustered, but
Okay.
Shaw. I would just like to say thank you to him. That was one of my cousins, Ebony Gross, that was killed in that. And we received a blessing from that. He was an angel on that day. He's continued to be an angel, and he's going to be rewarded on the other side regardless of what else he does. God has bigger plans for him, and he needs to keep his head held high and don't worry about what others expect from him. He's done enough. Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
What's your name?
Sir, my name is Ebony.
All right. Where you calling from, Ebony?
I'm calling from Nashville.
All right. What's your question?
I just want to call and encourage James. Like, has anybody given him encouragement, really encouragement, instead of just throwing him out there like that? And I went to TSU with James, and my husband went to high school with him. And I just want to say, James, you're doing so good. Don't let nobody discourage you, and you keep your head held high. Even though you're going through stuff, you keep your head held high because God got you in all of this.
Yeah, Ebony, thank you. Thank you for those words of encouragement, and I'm definitely keeping my head held high, definitely trying to keep it positive and just trying to make the best out the situation and just always trying to, remember those families also that lost victims.
Right.
And, I know it's bigger than me, and I don't try to make it just about me. I try to,
Right.
make it about other people as much as possible.
I want to salute the brother. Appreciate everything that you're doing, everything you done did. And I know sometimes, like you said, you want to do what you want to do. Because some people, they want to make cameo appearances and their photo op with you and whatnot. And just keep doing what you're doing, brother. We appreciate you. We love you in the city. And we're going to support you in everything you do, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. Love you.
Thank you, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, I didn't necessarily have a question as well. I just wanted to really encourage him and tell him not to let the situation with the board get him down because, he's really trying to do good things for Nashville. And, some you have good days, you have bad days. He's human as well. And just tell him to keep his head held high and keep on doing what he's doing because they need a new voice, a younger voice and vision. So thank you so much.
Will do. Thank you.
All right. Have a
Have a
good
good
day.
one. Thank you.
Man, I just really, really appreciate Nashville. They calling up here with the outpour for you, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely
encouraging.
appreciate it all.
And I'll tell you, at the board, you have some people, I'm reading things off of my board and what have you. What do you say to people that were that had an issue with, you were making a statement about the black youth and their problems with their upbringing and with the police and the engagement. Some people seem like they took that negatively. Did you kind of see that online and some of the comments?
Yeah, I saw it online. I just chose not to respond. I didn't want to.
What did you, if you could speak to that person or those people right now, what would you say in response to that?
Well, I didn't get to finish my statement.
That's what you said. That's exactly what you said,
I mean,
sissy.
if you really listen,
Could
to
you
it,
please
the
finish
lady
that
said-
statement?
So, if you really listen to the statement, I was getting into my Come Together Day event that I had on August 26th.
Right.
On that day, I had firefighters there. I had policemen there. And it's not a big thing for grown-ups, but it is for kids and it is for younger adults. So the policemen that were there and the firefighters that were there, they literally got in the center of the basketball court and we played Duck, Duck, Goose. For a lot of people, you've never seen a policeman
No.
fully clothed in his uniform, or a fireman fully clothed
Wow. Playing
play
Duck
Duck Goose. And that was just to show the kids that person is a human, that person does have a life outside of this, that person does want to go home. And that, not all policemen are not to be not trusted.
Right.
I do know that there's police brutality. I do know that there's racist
Misconduct.
police. I do know all of that. If you actually look at my Instagram or my Facebook or my Twitter, I actually tweeted about the Delkey situation.
Right.
I've actually, been in contact with that family the whole time.
Vicky Hambrick. She just called here.
Well, I don't have to put it on. I don't
Right.
have to.
You don't
put
have
it,
to display
I don't,
it.
Yeah. If I don't display it, then I
you're
didn't
not
do
doing
it. But if
anything.
I do
Yeah.
display it, then I do it for the camera. So the reason I didn't respond to all of that on the internet is just I'm not wasting my energy for that. I mean, I have more energy that I want to put out into these kids. I'm gonna go see. I've been to schools, I think 2 or 3 times a week. Every week this year, I'll just let
Right.
Rocket Ship Elementary. So that's stuff that I do, and I don't try to do no press. I don't charge usually when I do that. But it's just my way of just trying to see these kids and let them know that it's black men out here that's trying to help, and it's I'm just trying to set a positive image.
So it wasn't a statement, and again, you didn't get a chance to finish the statement. And it wasn't some people took it like, oh, well, he's blaming their
Right.
deaths on them, and their upbringing.
No, see, the thing is, I have a black mama. Clearly, I have a black daddy.
And a black
Clearly.
daddy.
I'm not disrespecting your black mama and your black daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, I'm not. All I'm saying is, you really can't let your parents' experiences be your choice of how you're going to handle the situation.
Absolutely.
That's
That
all
is
I was
absolutely
saying.
fair. Absolutely fair. And you did say that, Sissy, that, I don't think he finished his statement.
No.
I don't think he finished it. Now, the board moved on, and the board didn't pick you to be on this community oversight board. Did that surprise you at all?
No, sir. I didn't deserve to be there. It was people that were more passionate. It was people that really worked for
Did you
this.
want to be there?
Honestly, I don't really think I wanted to be there. That's why I
Okay.
was late.
Okay.
I think it was.
That's
I,
honest.
I
That
think
is
it was,
absolutely
people, and I don't want to take this away.
Say that one more time because people need to hear that. That is honesty. Say that again.
I honestly, I don't think I wanted to be there because I was late. When you really want to do something, I mean, you're punctual about it.
Right.
But I'm not going to sit here and say that's not the reason they picked me. It's people that were literally just clearly
More
on the piece of paper better than me.
Okay.
And I've said that several times about different things when I'm at banquets. I said I feel like I'm not supposed to be here because you all have been doing this for this long, but the situation that I was in, it's kind of hard to not, because you literally save lives.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really try to throw that in people's face. I don't really try to use it. That's just
That's facts.
It is what it is.
right.
Hey, you guys stick around because my next question, I'm going to let him think about it. We're going to take a quick break, is what's next? The board didn't happen, and sometimes God says no for a bigger yes. So what's next for James Shaw? And we'll take a few more of your calls at 737-9292. I mean, I am so, right now, you saying that was so honorable, bro. And you needed to say that. And people need to hear, now they like you even more.
Now they're going back
dance
and
around
deleting their Facebook
Delete,
comment.
don't delete the post now,
Yeah,
bro.
leave it there.
Leave
That's
it
how you
there.
felt initially.
Don't do it. That means stay with your chest out.
Yeah.
Keep that same energy, as the kids say.
Right.
Stick around with more of James Shaw Jr. here in the 92Q studios. You're listening to the live and local Kenny Smoov Morning Show on 92Q. Wake up, Music City.
Good morning. Yes, sir. I'd like to give Mr. Shaw a word. Let him know that he's a human, just like anybody else. And don't let nobody persuade him to do anything. If his heart's not in, don't do it. Sometimes God says yes, and sometimes God says no. I think this time he was saying no. You need to just slow down and, just do his will. Don't let everybody tell you what to do, but you're doing what God's will is, and get you some rest.
Boy, that's a black mama right there.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Yes, man.
92Q, what's up?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am Cheryl Baker, the Waffle House victim, the Ebony Grove's mother, and I just wanted to encourage
hi.
James today as well.
Thank you, ma'am.
He's listening to you. Go ahead, James.
Oh, okay. Hey, James.
Hey, lady, how you?
I've always talked to you about whatever you do, you're never gonna make everybody happy.
Yes, ma'am.
But it's up to you to keep doing what's in your heart and what God has chosen you to do. You have been a blessing to so many people, and my family is so grateful for what you have done. So we continue to stand on Romans 12:17 through 21, that overcoming evil with good, and vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, I will repay. So also, James, while you're feeling like you shouldn't be at these places, the word says that your talents will make room for you. I let all my shot time. So we giving God glory and praise on this day for who you are and what God is doing in your life. I love you. Stay strong, stay rooted, stay grounded, but stay with Jesus.
What?
Y'all have a blessed day.
Thank you, Miss Baker.
Thank you. I ain't got to go to church Sunday. Oh, my goodness. Boy, that was something.
Definitely was.
Somebody
Glad
had to
Miss
pull
Baker
their
called
car over
in.
just now.
Man.
Got that blessing.
Man, you wasn't looking for that, were you?
No, I wasn't.
No.
Definitely unexpected.
Thank you, Miss Baker. I'm going to have to go look that Romans up and read it again. I know I've seen it before. All right. So, we talked about the statement with the, people who took out of context and the statement wasn't finished and what have you. But what I want to know is what's next for James Shaw. Some people question where was James Shaw before the Waffle House shooting? Was he out there doing all of this community involvement before that? And so I'm grabbing these questions that I've seen on my page and I'm posing them to you because I'm sure you've seen them on your page and just skipped it, and like you should have. But this is the bigger forum. You can address those people right now.
Before the situation, I'm a member of our Phi Fraternity Incorporated. I've had brothers that didn't have a home stay at my house. I've actually housed my line brother that's in here with me.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to raise food for Second Harvest Food Bank.
Mm-hmm.
I've went to the homeless shelters and I've fed the homeless before. I've done several different community service acts, but I've never done anything in such a way that it's just more so just me displaying me. I've always done it for maybe I was in Top Teens, so I did community service for Top Teens, or Black Achievers. I did it for Black Achievers. Alpha, I did it for Alpha. Now I'm just doing it
for
strictly
James Shaw Jr. Okay.
So that's definitely different.
Okay. So for people that ask that, there you are. He's definitely been out there doing outreach, but he hasn't been doing it with a shield on it that says James Shaw Jr.
Right.
with the public eye out there. But of course, now that he has this spotlight on him, it looks like, he hasn't done anything. So there you go. So again, what's next for James Shaw? What's some of your aspirations?
I heard you were trying to run. You're going to run for mayor eventually in your life. Is that possible?
Or is that just an idea?
That's the rumor.
Yeah,
because we haven't spoken to you.
Right now it's an idea, and I would like to run for mayor. But just like the kind of like the community oversight board, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I need to do some research. I can't expand myself out too far. I've done a lot, I think, in the last 9 months, and I can't, expand myself too far, like I said, and thin myself out and try to do too much at one time. I gotta let time pass by. I gotta read up on these politics. I gotta become abreast of some of these situations that's going on, not only in Nashville but the world, and just become a little bit more experienced and, hopefully sooner rather than later.
So what's your next adventure, your next endeavor, whatever it is that you have coming up? What is it?
Yeah, that people are going to be like, okay, James Shaw Jr. is doing that.
Right.
Really, I'm not supposed to say.
You can tell us.
This is live and
this
local.
Family
this
right
is your
here.
city, man.
This the fam right here.
So,
a little hint, a taint, something?
Huh?
A little taint?
It'll be February 15th.
Okay.
In North Carolina.
Oh, it's going to be in the
North Carolina.
Cackalack.
But
wait a minute, is that
They
All-Star
over here
Weekend?
smiling and that is. That is All-Star Weekend.
All-Star Weekend.
In
So,
Charlotte,
all right,
actually.
all right.
So
I know
didn't
that.
I didn't confirm that at all. So
I'm telling
That's
you.
just out
Charlotte,
there.
I'm telling it.
What up,
Yo.
Charlotte?
So
Yo,
you're
Lennon
gonna have an
Larry, what's
event.
good,
You're gonna
homie?
have an event in Charlotte
yeah,
during All-Star Weekend.
possibly. Yeah.
Okay.
But in the city of Nashville, what I would like to do is I would really like us as a culture, as you know, as Black people, I would really like us to buy Jefferson Street. I would really like us to litter Jefferson Street up and down with businesses, dry cleaners, some kind of other different businesses that we could do.
Are you starting it?
I would love to. I just have to get in with some partners and invest and do something. I want to open up an event center, and that event center will be for like receptions. It'll be for different things, and ultimately, my real goal is for me to open up a clinic, a psychology clinic, so people can go see a psychologist and they can pay with cash, or if they got insurance, they can pay. But for me, I know I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a shrink. I'm not a therapist or anything like
Right.
that. So for me, it would be just me having a space and then having somebody staff it.
Right.
But that'd be my ultimate goal, just to help out people, because people have it's a lot of people that don't know they have a mental problem.
And it's a lot of
mental
Black
illness.
people
And especially
that
Black
can't
folk.
afford it.
Right.
And it's Black
The-
people
the-
that don't want to go and admit that they have the problem too.
And even the ones that admit it, they can't afford to go to like a consultation is like $100, and that's
it's a
just
lot
for
of money.
like 30 minutes. So
Right.
people just say, okay, well, forget it. I'll just deal with it on my own. So you're saying you're going to do something that's going to benefit.
That's something that he would like to see happen.
That is awesome.
And that's
That would
great,
be great.
after all that you've been through. Something, man, before we let you go, I just want to let you know, man, this radio station is here for you. I'm here for you.
Yes, sir.
You got things going on. You want to get the word out. The door is always open. This is home. You can go to other outlets and other TV stations or whatever, but I think you can clearly see the difference in being here and being any of these other media outlets you've been to. This is home. It's love here. And even when it's a hard conversation, we'll have the hard conversation.
Like
Right?
I
It's
said,
never a beatdown.
The conversations where you sit on pins and needles is the conversation that gets stones and dirt moved, and that's most important. You gotta have those conversations, even if it's you gotta have those uncomfortable conversations.
Right.
Everything can't be cotton candy conversations.
Right.
Absolutely. And it'll never be criticized. It'll be a critique, because we want to see you live your best life and use what you have right now to go to greater heights, because somebody needs that mental health facility you talking about.
Yes,
sir.
they do.
Thank you for stopping by. Y'all give it up. James Shaw up in here.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you,
Thank you
man.
all for having me.
Coming up next, guys, top 5 things you need to know. Hopefully you got something out of that with James Shaw. And we'll post it up online here real soon. You're listening to the Kenny Smoov Morning Show. Wake up, Music City.
Kenny Smoov in the morning.